If you enjoy Chanel Platinum Egoist, this will be a no-brainer. Definitely a much cheaper fragrance that alternative, all right? Welcome to my place. My name is Dave. Good to have you here. I have enjoyed this one for quite a long time because City Juice level is quite down there. It's a lighter Zippo. To be honest, I'm not that fond of this bottle. I do like gimmicky things as long as it's different. I will give it a look, but then it's just a little bit troublesome with this lighter. The other one that I have in this shape is the Paco Rabanne. I think it's Pure XS, where it's a lighter. Yeah, I just it's hard to spray though. If you ever have this, you get what I mean. Is you gotta have to hold it in an angle for it to prevent it from coming down and snapping you. It's just a little pain. But other than that, yeah, it's a gimmicky kind of cool bottle. From armaf, they seems to be spending a lot of time trying to figure out different bottle shapes. It's wacky, it's weird, the better, right? I think that's their perspective. If you've seen their collections, you know what I mean. Now, what does this one smell like? Well, if you are familiar with Chanel Platinum Egoist, this I would think it's about 85% similar. I did a side-by-side comparison when I went to the mall. I don't own Platinum Egoist. I was going to pick it up. And this is one of those situations where the clone house has taken my money instead of the original brand, Chanel. But I don't think they mind of losing my little contribution, okay? They're okay without me. So with that said, like I said, it's 85%. I really was going to pick that up as one of my gifts. Often I would choose my own gift and then let my family know, and they will go buy that for me. So that's what happened when sometimes I say I was given a fragrance as gift, but I actually picked it up myself. So that's what it means. But with that said, I went to the mall with the family, have them smell it, ask them if it was good. And they say, yeah, it's good, it's good. You know, they like it. They don't love it like I did. I loved it. And I thought, okay. But before that, somehow I checked to see some comparisons, see if I have any of those bottles with me. And I found out Legacy. This is Armaf Legacy. You would say that is very close. So I bought this, sprayed it on, went to the mall and sprayed on Platinum Egoist. And I absolutely cannot justify spending the money to get Chanel. That's the honest truth. So I've been wearing this one ever since and loving it. Every single time I wear it, when the weather is hot, this is one of those high heat fragrance that is still enjoyable for me. It's very hard for me to find any high heat fragrance that will be acceptable. Because most times, when it's already hot and heated, it's get a little bit grouchy, right? Agitated. I don't need a complex fragrance to kind of make it even worse. So I need something that is easy, that is clean, that is good, not harsh, and that is actually be able to calms me instead of making it worse. This is one of those that I'll actually reach for, even care to reach for. Aside from the bottle being a little bit wacky, the atomizer is perfectly great. Everything is good. I owned this for more than 2 years before the pandemic started. And every time I spray it, I enjoy it, even though I don't reach for it as much, because I think I enjoy this one, the high heat versus the colder situation. So with that said, in the top spray, I'm getting the, for sure, it's lavender. So that's coming out very fresh, and rosemary and petitgrain. I'm getting some metallic vibe for sure. There's I'm picking up some floral. I think there's few floral notes, and then some cedar and musk in the base. There's a tiny bit of oak moss, but don't worry, it's not anything that's gonna make you think is outdated or classic or too vintage or too classic. But I gotta say, this is a more of a classy type of vibe. Okay, so it's not your typical blue bubblegum sweetness that's going around, but that's a great thing for me though. I think if you kind of want to be a little bit unique without seeming outdated, this is one of those that you could wear during the warm weather and you'll stand out for, especially for friends that not used to this type of scent. You could put yourself apart in a good way. This smells very classy for sure. In that you are well put together. Okay, you are maybe dressed up, but you could dress this one casually as well. That's not a problem. I wear this all the time, just going around the house or just meeting people during the warm weather, and it's perfectly enjoyable. I think you might get compliment for this. I mean, if they really smell you and pick it up and thinking, hey, you smell really very chill, okay, very calm and relaxed. This is one of those scents. I mean, lavender tend to do that, but it's very well put together. I'm smelling the sage on the side and just a bit, okay. If sage sometimes can come out very strong, as well as rosemary. But yeah, I do pick those up, but mainly it's the lavender that's dominating. But because of the other notes, it is making this lavender a bit more, just a tad bit more interesting and more complex. Okay, let's see. Okay, now I was looking more for my other bottles of Caron lavender. That is purely, straight up lavender. While this one, you can smell the other accompanying notes like galbanum. There's a bit of rose. Don't worry. You know, a lot of time when I'm talking about fragrances, I don't even want to mention the notes of rose because guys might get the wrong impression that it's going to smell too feminine. This is no way a feminine scent for sure. I'm getting mainly that there's even a bit of sweetness from the cinnamon. Okay. Well, okay, not so much cinnamon. Yeah, there's a bit of sweetness that I think could be from the floral, so I take that back, not cinnamon. There's just a tad bit of probably from jasmine and rose. Okay, there's some musk in the background, but it's not musky, it's just very little bit, and some cedar. Cedar, a fresher type of woods, that works really well in the a little bit warmer weather. Yeah, but it's a lavender. So what else can I say? This one, the longevity is very decent. Half a day, no problem. By the way, did I mention this is a cheapie that you could pick up for like around $20? And that's gonna smell so similar, like 85% to a Chanel fragrance. Seriously. So the quality, maybe in the first maybe 15 seconds, you get just a tinge of the alcohol, a blast, just a bit, not blast, but you smell like alcohol evaporating, just tad bit. After 20 seconds, it's no problem, and they smell very, very relaxing. Okay, I sprayed this on in the morning, and because I enjoyed it, so I sprayed it on, and then later on, it still smell the same, but then it projects a little bit less, closer to the skin. Maybe about 60% of what it was when I sprayed it about 2.5 hours, I think 2.5 hours ago. So it has nice longevity for sure. You will not expect something for $20 to be this good, okay? So it's a no-brainer for me. I mean, I will keep picking this up. There's another one that smells very similar that is also alternative to Platinum Egoist. Egoist Platinum, it's Platinum Egoist, Chanel. So I used both of this, and they're basically almost the same, identical as alternatives. Okay. So yeah, I do feel bad that I went for the clone instead of the original, but then yeah, the price, I could buy 5 bottles to this versus 1 of the original, and the difference is so minimum. It's negligible. So yeah, it's actually a no-brainer for me. It's just a recommendation in case you guys are interested. Now, probably I think the age will be 21 and up because it just have a slight bit of the a classical vibe, okay, just a bit. But it does a good thing though. If you don't want to smell juvenile, this is absolutely not a fragrance for kids, okay? So once you put this on, you will right away look like, there's something to you, okay? You have something inside, okay, not just the outside. Seriously, this is that. Of course, if you act like it, if you act a little bit like a fool, then yeah, you still be smelling like a fool. But, if you act a little bit normal and you put this on, yeah, people will look at you in a nicer way, seriously. And if you're put together, for sure, this will elevate you. Absolutely. I mean, that's every time I smell it, I feel good like that. Whenever I go to the mall, sometimes I'll still spray on the original Chanel one, and then just to see does my impression change from when I first did the comparison. And every single time, I will still be glad that yep, I bought the legacy, the alternative, because it's just still very similar to me. No matter how many times I smell the original, so that's the time have shown that yeah, my first impression was correct. Okay. So I'm glad I did that. So as far as wanting to spend money on the original, I think I end up buying. Shoot, I forgot. Anyway, I was getting that as a gift, the original for myself as a gift. Well, somebody gifted me, but I get to pick the fragrance. I did not buy the Platinum Egoist, so I end up buying. I think I end up buying. Oh, it's right there. If you can see it, on the very right, there's a Creed Viking. I end up choosing that one, which costs a lot more than the Platinum Egoist. But anyway, so I actually really like that one. You know, I should review some Creed. But anyway, this is the Armaf Legacy. I absolutely love it. For the price per value, I would say price value of this fragrance, I would say it's a 9.5 out of 10, considering the category that is in. It's a cheapy alternative to a very well-known, famous fragrance, and this absolutely knocked it out of the park. This does a wonderful, wonderful job. I absolutely love it. So 9.5 out of 10 for what it is. And if I don't care about the pricing of it or whatever, the scent, I will give it 8.5 out of 10. Maybe almost 9. That's how good I enjoy it. So you gotta be going into it with the right mindset of what it is. Okay, make sure you know it's not one of those, recent modern day sweet type of fragrance. That's part of why I enjoy this so much. There's a sweetness to it, but it's not just from the typical amber tonka bean sweetness, right? That you see in most fragrances. This is you getting that from the floral notes, okay? From the lavender, from the maybe jasmine and maybe olibanum, all those floral notes. So it's great. I mean, sage, just it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful warm weather, springtime, summertime scent. I will be wearing this again in this summer. Yeah, maybe I should do the summer top 10, and this will be in there for sure. Okay, I hope that is helpful and useful. So as always, thank you for watching and see you next time.